Hello again, fellow podcaster, and welcome back to Pod Theory. I am your host, Jason Cercone, and today I'm going to answer the question, how important is mindset to your podcast? Now, I should probably lop off the last three words in that question and ask it this way. How important is mindset? The answer? It's everything. Mindset will literally make or break anything that you do. Let's think about it this way. I love to golf. Now, I'm no pro, but I manage to have a good shot here and there, and I have my moments. Now, if I show up to the golf course with a shitty mindset, thinking about the last round that went terribly, or how I've been slicing off the tee, or how I can't putt for crap, chances are those thoughts are going to manifest themselves into my round today. Before I even take a practice swing, I'm setting myself up for another miserable experience on the links. Now, let's flip that. If I show up to the course and my mind is clear, I'm thinking more positively, I'm ready to enjoy myself and take each shot as it comes, and not get hung up on a bad shot, or even worse, something that happened the last time I played that I obviously can't change now, then that's the mindset that's going to manifest itself in today's round. I'm setting myself up for success. See how that flip takes place? Now, as this show goes live, I'm 40 years old and I've been golfing since I was 7. It wasn't until this most recent season, meaning it took me 33 years, to start taking the mental aspects of golf much more seriously. And one of the most important lessons that I found was something that Tiger Woods does every time he plays. If he makes a bad shot, he only lets himself be upset about it for 10 yards from where he hit the ball. After that, he starts thinking about the next shot. Because that bad shot, it's history. He can't change it. He can only hope to make up for it on the next swing. Now, I've taken that lesson and applied it to all aspects of my life. And believe me, it's absolutely changed my perspective on hundreds of things. But let's get this focus back to podcasting, shall we? The mindset you bring to your podcast will absolutely dictate how your production unfolds. Let's say you've got a big interview lined up and you're nervous as hell. What if I ask the wrong questions? What if I say the wrong thing? Why is this person even wasting their time talking to me? I've been there. You've been there. Our minds can play ridiculous tricks on us and lead us to believe things that simply aren't true. But if you go into your interview thinking all of those things, that's what's going to happen. You're going to ask the wrong question. You're going to say the wrong thing. And then, yes, your guest is going to say, why the hell am I wasting my time talking to this person? Now, let's flip it. You wake up on recording day. You exercise. You meditate. You do whatever you normally do to start your day. You've been given a great opportunity to interview this reputable person who obviously sees something in you because they're taking the time to talk to you. You've prepared, you've researched your guests, you've put together some kick-ass questions. It's time to get out there and make this happen. See the difference? Your mind is focused on all the positives. The negatives aren't even a blip on your radar. Which mindset do you think makes for a better podcast? Here's typically how this mindset roller coaster operates. When you're laying out your podcast plans at the very beginning and recording your initial episodes, you're on high. Your mindset is all about the positive. You can't wait to get your content out there. People are going to love it. There's no way they won't listen. Your mindset is at the peak of the highest drop on that roller coaster. And then you launch, and the number of downloads you get falls way short of your expectations. Your mindset immediately plummets from that peak and starts going through all the loops and the twists and the turns. And you start to question everything. Is my content good enough? Do people really care about this? Do I need to focus on something else instead? But when it comes to building your podcast, your mindset needs to be focused on your why. Why are you doing this podcast? What do you hope to accomplish with it? Now, you should have flushed all of this out before you even went live, but even with that plan and all of these things in front of you, knowing where you want your podcast to take you, you need to realize that the answers to those questions won't come to fruition without patience, without consistency, without dedication to your path, and a positive mindset that allows you to continue building on what you just started. In other words, it's going to take time. You have to continue building episode over episode, day after day, to make your podcast become the machine that you want it to be. Now, let's say as you're doing all this, you do end up having a bad interview at some point, or an episode you thought was going to get over huge fell flat. It happens. Even Tiger Woods has a bad round of golf, right? Don't let it knock you off your path. Again, your mind has a tendency to tell you some pretty awful things. But it's up to you to keep your focus, remain positive, and keep your eye on the big picture. Implement that 10-yard rule that Tiger Woods uses. Be mad until you walk like 10 feet away from your microphone. After that, it's over. You can't change it. Set your sights on what you can do next. Mindset. In life, in business, in podcasting. It's everything. And there you have it. Episode 38 of Pod Theory is a wrap. If you like this episode, please take a screenshot, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, and be sure to tag at Jason Cercone while you're at it. Let the world know that you love Pod Theory. Good talk. I'll see you back here tomorrow. This has been Jason Cercone on Pod Theory.